All right. Hello, my lovely friends. Welcome to yet another writing live stream. I am here with my office, and I'm on my work computer today, so we're actually on like a dead-on look, and this camera gives you a much wider angle of my office than usual, but hi, hello. It's a happy Saturday. I'm here. I've been here in my office for like an hour now. I was supposed to be writing, but instead I started looking at maps and building my own map on Incarnate, which is so much fun, but I shouldn't be doing it because I need to finish Project Dream before I start actually doing map stuff. But hi, hello, my lovely friends. Hello, Hattie. Hello, Sarah. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. I'm having an okay Saturday so far. I stayed up way too late last night watching a D&D podcast, which is just my life now, apparently. How are you guys? What are you guys going to be working on today? So I got my trusty computer over here. I'm going to be working on Project Dream, as I usually am. I am currently on the cusp of Act 3, which is awesome. I'm sitting at 49,838 words for this draft, and I'm hoping to write all of the words today, as many words, all of them, as I can, because really, I have been slacking on the writing this week. So I need to get on that, and I need to finish it so that I can give into the world building, as my friend says. Give into the D&D world building, yes. Hello, Haley, welcome, welcome. Hattie was gonna write for an stream. I had originally planned to do a like 12-hour write-a-thon today as like a video idea and put that up next week, but I woke up too late. And then, like, if I did a 12-hour writing stream starting now, I would have to be up until 1 in the morning. And my brain doesn't work well when I have to write for 12 hours straight into that early hour. So I don't know. I'm still filming a video for today. Like, I'm still filming a video today. It's writing oriented, but it's not going to be a 12-hour write-a-thon anymore because went out the window. Working on Broken Legend. We love to see it. We love to see it, Sarah. Working on our next submission. Haley's working on character descriptions. That's so exciting. Oh my goodness. Character work is awesome. I love it. If you've seen my video that I put up, I believe it was at the end of January, was my like character work that I did with Project Dream. I love me some characters. It's a great time, and I love working with characters and seeing their like different perspectives and like how they think and different things. It's so fun. It's so fun. But anyways, and since I'm on my actual work computer, I can bring up an actual timer today, which is very nice. We love to see it. Nearly finished chapter 10. We love it. I'm currently on chapter 39. Yeah, I have to start chapter 39 right now because that's where I'm at. And the scene that I'm going from before, the one that I had in draft 2, has 4,000 words in it, so that's going to be split up pretty well in the next few chapters. Ooh, I always forget that middle grade is like the amount of words in a chapter is so much less than a lot of other things. Like, you want to keep them short and snappy, which is hard to do when you're used to doing like one scene per chapter, which, if you're me, your scenes are 4,000 words long, which is way too long. Don't do that. Don't do that. It sucks. We need to go back and edit. But that's what I'm going to be working on today. As I said earlier, like a few minutes ago, I've been doing some Incarnate work, and I'm enjoying myself immensely. This is sort of the shape that I want my world to be, my fantasy world, but also this is just me testing out the like software to see if I like it and like how I can do things. And then I'm going to really go in and like actually when I start my world building for real, I will be um, doing this more in depth, but Incarnate is so pretty. I love it. Anyways, yes, so that's what I'm doing. How are we all doing? How was our week? I washed my hair this morning and it actually looks curly and nice today. So we're gonna see if it drops because that tends to happen by the time it's like um, 3 or 4, these curls will probably have dropped enough because my hair does not hold a curl, which is weird because it's curly hair. I don't know why. Anyways, rambling. I'm rambling. Do we want to do a warm-up sprint right now? I know it's only been like 5 minutes since we started talking, but we can do a warm-up sprint. I'm also concerned at how dark I look right now. This is a very dark angle, but I guess that's fine. You guys just keep getting me like from different angles when I do these things. I keep trying different things. And this is a different camera quality for sure because I know my iPad looked a lot better than this did, but it's fine. Yes, mine is still damp. Yeah, one more sprint. Awesome. Okay, so let's do our first sprint. And I can now share my screen with you guys. And we can do like this. Okay, so we're gonna reset this baby. How long do we want to sprint for? Let's do it like this. Actually, I don't mind this. Okay. How long do we want to sprint for? That's my question. I'm just trying to, there we go. Okay. What's a good warm-up sprint for you guys? We got one vote for 15 minutes. We could do 8 minutes. You know what? We're gonna let Google choose. How's that? We're gonna open up another tab. We're gonna share that screen instead. I'm getting better at this, you guys. New tab, share. Okay, let's look up random number generator, and we will do it between 8 minutes and 15 minutes, and we'll let Google decide. All right, generate. 9 minutes it is. All right, 9 minutes it is, my friends. Our random number generator has chosen. So let's share the timer screen again. Share. All right, so 9 minutes. All right, my friends, we are ready. We are set. Go. Our amendments for this. Okay. Yeah, tell me how loud that was, if it was too loud or if it was okay for you guys. New computer, right? So I have to figure out how everything sounds on this one. But yes, first sprint, check and done. How did everybody do? I wrote 239 words. Yeah, 239 words added to Project Dream, which is exciting. I also had to fix my I also had to fix my internet. I realized that uh it like came up in the corner of StreamYard saying that it was not working for some reason. So I had to fix it, which is interesting. All right. Hey, well that's good because it was very loud on my end. 3 words is pretty good. Still counts as working. Hattie did 123. Sarah did 142. Guys, good job. Good warm-up sprint for sure. I don't really know what to talk about with you guys today. Nothing's really new going on in my life. I am reading some books. I'm currently in the middle of 2 classics, which I never do. You know, I'm the kind of person who does 1 classic at a time, but I decided that I also, because I did my Jane Austen ranking video, I was like, what if I did more discussion videos for classic authors? And then I gave it a thought and I was like, I haven't read enough of a author or a group of authors to do a discussion video. So I was like, well, let's read all of the Bronte sisters' work. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting with Villette because I have only ever read in full Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I've tried to read Wuthering Heights, didn't really work out that well, but I'm going to give it another try. So currently I'm reading Villette by Charlotte Bronte. I think I might do all of Charlotte's work and then I might do Anne's work and then leave Wuthering Heights for the end or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Wuthering Heights next. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm going on a Bronte adventure, which is going to be really fun. I have a feeling. But Villette so far is interesting. I'm like 80 pages in and I don't even know our main character. Like it's a first person, but it's her observations on the whole world and everyone around her. And she just doesn't really give up a lot of her own self, which is really interesting. So excited to keep going with that one. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. That's really cool. I think that's actually a really good question. If you guys have like read more classics in your life, like I know Sarah has, because we were English majors together. What was the first classic you read that was not outside, that was not meant for school, I guess? The first one that I read, I think, I'm trying to think back of like actual classics that I have read, and I think the first one that I read ever was To Kill a Mockingbird, which was for grade 9 school. And then I tried to read Pride and Prejudice at one point. I don't think it worked out really well because I was in high school and I had no idea what I was doing. And classics are really hard to get into when you're 17 and don't have the brain for it yet. I think the first one that I read outside of school ever was, I want to say Sense and Sensibility, because that one think I tried to read it for school thinking that my Austen class was going to cover it, but it never did. And I found out like while I was reading Sense and Sensibility that wasn't part of the reading list, but I just kept reading it anyways because it was great. I've also read like outside of school was North and South. Yeah, I don't really know. I think most of my classics books that I have read in my life were definitely for school. But since school has been done, like since university is done, my university degree, I have read a few. I think the first one that I read was The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. Read that for a book club with my friends. I think that was the first one that I read that was not like oriented around school specifically. But I also did read Pride and Prejudice outside of school. It was like in between for you, like it wasn't really for university or anything. I did read it outside of school, but it was still in the university sphere. Oh, Anne of Green Gables. I read that one during the summer really recently, so like I never read that as a kid. Um, I guess also like The Hobbit would count, right? Because that's a classic, children's classic too. Um, Rock Sisters work. Yeah, I actually went into like I looked at my shelves because I was like, I know I have a lot of Bronte sisters work, and the only one that I know that I don't have is Agnes Grey, which I have now ordered. It's on its way to me from the UK because I ordered that one, and I think I ordered the last two Jane Austen like Penguin copies. They're all like in that like black themed Penguin copy. I ordered three of them from the same place. I ordered Northanger Abbey, the compilation of Lady Susan, the Watsons, and Sanditon. That's like all compiled into one. And then I ordered Agnes Grey. That I think that was the only Bronte one that I don't have. I surprisingly have all the others. I have Shirley and Viette and Jane Eyre and The Tenant of Wiltfell Hall and Wuthering Heights. Is there more? I feel like there's more. Oh, The Professor. I have that one too, which is also by Charlotte Bronte. It's very tiny. And then also, the only one that I was missing was Agnes Grey, which is one that's not very like I went on Indigo, which is my like bookstore here in Canada, and they didn't have like any nice Agnes Grey copies in stock. They were all just out of stock, and I was like, is this just not a typically published book? It's one of the lesser published classics, which is interesting. But I'm glad that I could find it in a Penguin copy. It's like the Bronte books, I have so many different kinds of editions of, but I figured I'm like, why not buy another Penguin one because I have so many of those Penguin ones and they all look so nice on my shelf. I love them. Wandering War and Peace. Ooh, good luck. I have heard that that book is dense as hell. And it's a lot to get through because it's really long. And I know Leo Tolstoy, like I tried to read Anna Karenina, and that was hard for me. And I have a classics oriented brain from school, so good luck. Good luck with that one. I want to read more classics as well, which is why I'm going to do the Bronte binge, which is going to be very exciting. I'm excited for it because I know that like there are so many people who are like Jane Austen oriented and then like um, Bronte oriented. Like this is the Bronte Austen fight, and I'm like, but they're so good. And I've only ever read one Bronte. I've tried to read another one, but like I couldn't get through it. I'm going to force myself to get through Wuthering Heights this go around. I want to be able to read it. And like I want to know why people like it so much because halfway through and I was just annoyed. I feel like these scratch off classics are always like the more canonical stuff, like the old white men classics, you know? They're not like the actually interesting classics other than like the ones that we have read for school, like Dracula and Frankenstein. Like those are always on those things because they're very prolific and we love to see it. Anyways, my friends, should we dive into sprint number 2 after that lovely classics conversation? 10 out of 10. Ow. I'm also reading, my other classic that I'm reading is The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery, who wrote Anne of Green Gables, funnily enough, which is awesome. All right, let's give our number generator. Let's do our number generator. What number should we do next? Between what and what, my friends? What do you think? Let's do this so you can actually see it. Yeah, give me 2 numbers and we will randomly generate our next sprint and then we'll get into it. I guess I could also Do that, please. Because I have a bunch of D&D dice next to me. Because I've seen Kate Kavanaugh do it where she's like rolled a D20 and they've done that. But that could also get us like a 3-minute sprint, which is interesting. Okay, so we got 15 and 25, 15. Wow, you guys are on the ball today. You're all doing 15 and 25. All right, my friends. Let's see what Google's got for us today. 24. All right, so we're diving into this head first. All right, so let's share the timer screen one more time. We're doing 24 minutes. And I think that's the longest sprint that we've done on my channel, you guys. I'm gonna do this again so that yeah, it's fine. But yeah, all right, my friends, let's sprint. All right, friends, we are done the second sprint. Oh my goodness, that went really quick. Oh my, okay. How are we doing? How did we find that sprint? Let me see how many words I wrote. 785 words. Holy moly. That's a lot of words. And the scene that I'm in, I'm twisting it just a little bit. I'm tweaking it to make it better and all those things, which is what you're supposed to do when you're editing. You're supposed to make things better. So everything's going well. Yes, how did you guys all do? My computers. The panic. Hello, welcome to my stream. So I got 358. Hey, that's pretty cool. Jeez, that was loud. I apologize. That's pretty cool. Card game. What card game? What card game are you doing, guys? Hey, 5 words is pretty good. You're doing some work, Haley. I love it. Hattie, 388 words in total for 511 for the day. Look at you go. Yes, we're doing all good things, my friends. We are here. We're having fun. Everything is going great. Yes, I got into the groove and my draft 3 is coming along very well. It's making it a lot easier to write a lot more words when I'm not just like fast drafting from nothing more than like an outline, because I have a draft in front of me that I'm pulling from, that I'm changing things from. So I started one of the many readings I need to do. Very nice, Jackie. Keeping yourself productive. I love it. Oh, you're learning how to play crib. I love it. Hey, I wrote a piece where I literally just like wrote a piece back when we took that like course with David Bergen. You remember when I did that dialogue heavy piece that was literally a conversation in the middle of my parents and their neighbor friends playing a game of crib? If you want to look at that for inspo, I guess it's got the jargon of crib mixed in if you wanna use that, because I don't know how to play crib. I like to watch people play crib because the math aspect of it just like hurts my brain. But when my parents play, they have like conversations in between as they're playing, and like you'll see, um, oh, that makes sense. I don't know how to play crib. I just like to sit and watch my parents play, and it's really entertaining to watch people play a game that like with like a bunch of people. This was before, way before. This was like 3 years ago or something like that. 3 years ago? Oh my God. Okay, 3 years ago. Where something like that. I don't remember, but I was sitting at my like one of our neighbors' dining tables, and they were playing a game of crib after eating, and they were simultaneously talking about a men's trip that my dad and him were going to go on for like playing a round of golf with like 3 other guys, and they were also talking about one other thing that my mom and her friend were talking about at the same time, and they were playing a game of crib. So I wrote the piece. I remember sitting there and just like recording a snippet of it because it was just wild to me the way that you can have a full conversation while still being like 15-1, 15-2, and like counting your way into the game and being like, oh, I skunked you and that kind of stuff. So it's really fun to do. And I think it's actually a really good exercise. If you guys are looking for a fun exercise on dialogue, is to even like go on the internet if you're not, because we are in the middle of a pandemic. And if you guys aren't really around people who play certain kind of games like crib or rummy cup or any of those kind of games where like money or counting is involved, go online and like see if you can find somebody playing a game and like recording it. Even a Twitch stream is fun to see how people like interact with each other. It's really interesting because sometimes people will just have a conversation about something not even related to the game as they're playing the game, and it's just I love the way that it works, and it's really interesting to play with that dynamic. If like you put your characters at a game table and have them play a game and just write it just from dialogue with no exposition, it's a really good exercise. I think you guys should all do that. It was really fun to do. It was really fun to do that. Anyways, yeah, good exercises to do. I am excited to be where I am. I need to. When I originally wrote this scene, I had like it be a little bit more full of wonder, kind of a thing. But because it is so close to the darkest moment and it is attached to a particularly terrible nightmare that Abby has, I need it to be a little bit more like stressful. Like it needs to be like they're worried and they're moving and they're trying to do stuff. So that's what I'm trying to make it a little bit more like Abby's like trying to ask questions and people are like, you're fine. You don't need to be here. And she's like, but I want to know stuff. So that's where I'm at. I have officially written 1,000 words for today, and I need to write 2,500 to hit my word count goal for the day. I was hoping on writing like 5,000 today. Like that's like my stretch goal for today because I am kind of behind. So we'll see how that works. We'll see how that works out. But you know, it's always a good time. I don't know. Things on my piano. Dear goodness me. But yeah, so I'm intrigued by the story that I'm writing. How are you guys feeling about your pieces that you're working on so far? That's a good question to ask. How are you guys feeling so far about your pieces? I just realized my D20 is sitting here with a nat 1 sitting at the top. Ooh, just rolled a nat 1. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, tell me guys, how you guys are feeling about your specific projects that you're working on right now. How's it going? Are you liking where it's heading? Are you in a particular scene that you're like loving writing, not really liking writing? Talk to me about your work. I would love to hear. I'm excited for the next little scene. Like it's coming up in either a scene in a bit where Abby has like a full-on breakdown in front of her sister, and it like kind of patches the relationship a little bit. It's emotional. When I first wrote it, I didn't even know I was going to have a scene like that. And I remember sitting just in my sunroom alone because it was the middle of the summer and my parents were like writing, or they were gone camping or something. And I was home alone writing it, just crying in the middle of my sunroom, which was a time. It was a good time. Haley, so just saying, ooh, that's really exciting. That's a really good place to start. Obviously, it's your main character. To really figure out their nuances and all that. And toxic relationships. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, get the story down and then figure out your characters later. That's kind of my method too. Writing my first series, first book in the series, my first novel. Very cool. That's awesome. Oh my. Is it self-published? Actually published? Actually published. Traditionally published. That's the word. That's really cool. I hope so. Hattie's working. Loving where I am at the moment. No, I love the book. Nice. I love when stuff that's not planned happens because then it's like your characters are telling you stuff and it's just happening organically in the story. I love that moment in books. I've had that happen a few times where I've like completely planned out my like whole story, and then I just get to the point where I'm actually writing it and my characters are like, nah, we gotta go this way instead. So then the plot changes and I'm like, well, now I gotta go and outline everything else. But it's so fun to just let things do what they want, which is so cool. Ooh, very cool. Indie publishing for so long in my head had this weird stigma around it, but now that I've been on AuthorTube and like have interacted with people who self-publish their stuff, I think it's so cool to do. And all of y'all who self-publish are heroes, honestly, because you got to do everything on your own, which is so much work. Oh, but that's awesome. Is it, you said it was a series, right? Yes, a series. Very cool. What kind of a book is it? Like fantasy, romance, like crime? What kind of a book series is it? Monique? La Monique? La Monique, yeah. There's an LA in there. My eyes are bad. I need new glasses soon. Yeah. All right, my friends. Well, since we've been here, it is now 2 o'clock. I think we should dive into another sprint, shall we? Anybody have a range of numbers that they want to sit in? I think this like 25, how that was 24 minutes that we just did. 25 minutes is probably my max, but I'm willing to go over because I can also just force myself to concentrate for longer. But how long do you guys want to go for? Give me a range and we will let Google decide as we have been doing for a few. I mean, we can do the same roll again. Ooh, Tina YA. Ooh, very cool. I might have to go check that out. That's awesome. Okay, so we got 10 to 23, 20 to 25, feeling spicy with 30. Oh my gosh. How about we do like a wild one from like 20 to 30 and see what happens? That might be fun. Google will be nice to us or make us write for 30 minutes. Get another 20 to 25. Okay. So we're gonna let Google be spicy. And we're gonna do 20 to 30. We're gonna see how that goes. Are you ready? Right in the middle. Right in the middle of 25. All right, Google, hitting us up with this. I love it. Okay. Let's bring up the timer again. And we will do 25 minutes. And let me get my banner rolling for the third sprint. All right, my friends. 25 minutes. Let's do this. Sprint. All right. What a timer. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I don't know why I said that. You've been here for a while. Hi, how are we doing? How is that sprint? I am holding my computer up to my face for no reason at all. Don't judge me. Hi. Hello, Nora. Welcome to the stream. I believe we're going to do one more sprint before we call it for the day, but we still made it in good time. What is happening with my hair today? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay. How did everybody do that sprint? How did we all do? I don't know how many words I wrote. Let me see. One got a snap. Yes. Which is awesome. I got like that Chicago mix, which is the cheddar and caramel popcorn thing. So good. I wrote another 733 words. Amazing. I am now at 1,700 words for the day. And I have gone past the 50,000 word mark. I'm at 51,595 words now for Project Dream. Yay! And I am currently adding in a scene right now where, like, kind of in between scenes, where the kids, my kids, the gang, are in the forest and they're trying to think things through, trying to figure out stuff on their own because people are not answering their questions. All these magical beings are just basically making them have more questions. And they're just like, well, like no one's telling us what's going on, but they just keep opening up these pieces to the world that like we don't know anything about. So they're going to be sitting here and they're going to be talking through some stories because Abby found a book at the library called Stories of the Autumn Forest. And she thinks that that might be the key to understanding things. So this is going to be where I introduce a story where it kind of hints to what's actually going on. So I'm excited to do that. I have to figure out how to do that, but you know, I'm excited. 217. I mean, that's still work though. That's awesome. Hattie got 256. You have to go. All right, Hattie. Well, thank you for joining. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Lemonic got 409. I love it. Look at you guys go. Just renamed my LARPing characters so who are playing. Ooh, that's really exciting. So who they are playing starts with the same letter as their actual name, so it gets confusing. That makes a lot of sense. Are you doing like a short story based on like a D&D campaign type of thing? Is that what it's for? That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. I think, what kind of a thing am I going to do? So, in this scene, as I just described, I'm going to have Abby talking through the stories, some of them, not all of them. Because obviously they'd be there for hours if she was talking through all of them because it's like a storybook of stories. She's gonna say like first one, she's like, well, Jack, there was because Jack, her friend, is like, well, talk them through. Like, don't just sit there and scream. Like, tell us what you're thinking about. And she's like, well, there's the one about the Chestnut Cove children, which is the one that you told me, and it's pretty much the same. There's just like a few extra things that they've added. And she's like, this does this and this and this. And he goes, all right, like maybe there it's just like a cautionary tale that's been included. And then Stevie's like, well, maybe it has to do with the fact that it's an autumnal pocket dimension that we just walked out of, which it is. Maybe they want to personify the forest into something and added. Maybe there's other, and I forgot to add that in. Add maybe. License? Question mark? Yeah. And then Willow is going to be talking about like, or Abby's going to bring up the fact that one of the creatures that they were just talking to mentioned somebody called the Autumn Prince. So maybe that's why. Maybe there's like she's gonna speculate that there's like a royalty involved. There is. They just don't know that yet. And they know the Autumn Prince. They just don't know that they know him, which is fun. Um, short story anthology. Oh, very cool. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. And accidentally summon an Eldritch God for real. Dude, you come up with the greatest story ideas. Is this kind of like a Call of Cthulhu style of thing? That is so fun. Oh my god, Lovecraft. LARP. Call of Cthulhu. He didn't write that though, did he? Lovecraft? Let me Google. Love Call of Cthulhu. Because Call of Cthulhu is an actual book. Who wrote it? H.P. Lovecraft. Oh my god. I've never read the Call of Cthulhu. Have you guys ever read the Call of Cthulhu? Because I know like my friend Sarah, who's in this friend, she has DM'd a Call of Cthulhu game. That's based off the Magnus Archives. That's really fun. Call of Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft. I love that I just knew that. Look at my brain. I'm so smart. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm really fine. Look at this. Guys, who would have known that I have an English degree? I did not know it was Lovecraft that wrote it because I know like Lovecraft is also really famous for like the Invisible Man and stuff like that. So I didn't know that he wrote the Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, very cool. I love it. 10 out of 10. All right. Well, since it is currently 2:37, what kind of a sprint should we do next? Maybe I'll go for a little longer today. Because I have made myself a goal of like trying to reach X amount of words. Guys, I maybe I need to give back my English degree. What am I thinking of with Lovecraft then? What? Am I just losing my mind? Because it's quite possible. Yeah, I'm just losing my mind. He is famous for Call of Cthulhu. Jesus Christ. I can't. Guys, I've mixed up H.G. Wells and H.P. Lovecraft in my head. I am so sorry. All right, so we got a 30 to 40 or 20 to 30. I don't think I could do a 30 to 40, to be honest with you. So I might do another 20 to 30 and we'll let Google decide. um, we'll let Google decide. Let's do another one, all right, guys? Because 30 to 40 might be a lot to do in just one go. So, okay. Oh my God, Google. Oh, all right. We're doing a 30-minute sprint, you guys. Oh my God. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. Oh my God. Holy balls. We're going to be doing a 30-minute sprint. Oh, all right. Cool. Let's that's a long sprint. I guess we'll find out how well that works. But okay, 30 minutes, guys. On the clock. You ready? Sprint. My goodness. Google's talking to me. This is beeping. Everything's going on. Oh, how did that go, my guys? That was a very long sprint. It was a very long sprint. Holy mosey. But it also went like really quick at the same time. So wild. But yes, how did we all do? How did we feel about that sprint, my friends? I have officially reached the 2,900 word mark for today. So I wrote a lot of words in that sprint. Let's have a look see here. So in this particular one, it's always hard when I have to look at words that I wrote because I always have to go between chapters because I start new chapters all the time. Oh my gosh. Wow, I wrote 1,100 words that sprint. Whoa. Wild, 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 wild. I am killing the game today. Um, but I think that might be the last sprint that we do, my friends, because I am tired. Actually, we might do one more like wind down sprint that's like 10 minutes maybe, just to like get us brought down from that 30-minute sprint. Oh my God. Wow. All right. Laura edited what she has so far. Very nice. It's always fun to sometimes go in and like reread what you did. I don't really let myself um, rewrite like edit as I'm drafting, but because I'm doing this third draft and it's technically that I'm editing, I want to make sure that my words are like good and stuff. So 58 words. I mean, that's great. 900 words in total is amazing. Willard, dude, that's amazing. That's so good. I am like in general a pretty fast writer when I'm in the mood for it, but because I'm pulling from a previous draft and I'm just like rewriting or just literally just writing word for word what I've written before, it goes a lot faster. So, you know, a lot faster than doing a first draft. Although I did write this first draft in 17 days when I first wrote it because it would just exploded out of me. I needed to write it. Um, I've never had a draft do that before. It's always taken me like months and months and months and months to get a draft out. This one, 17 days. Hey, that's pretty good though. You did some research. That's awesome. Oh man. But yeah, today I'm at 2,970 words for the stream. And I do in this previous one. Yeah, that was I've hit the just the beginning of the darkest moment. So we're going into it, guys. We're going into it. Act three is here. But yeah, I think one more sprint and then I'm gonna be done, guys. So let's do that. We're gonna do a 10-minute sprint right now to wind us down from that long sprint and from the stream as a whole. And we'll call it a Saturday. Shall we? All right, my friends. Let's dive into this last sprint because I'm tired and we should probably do one last sprint. So let's do that. All right, my friends. Last sprint. Let's go. All right, that is it. That is all, my friends. We have reached the last sprint, the end of the sprint. So, and the end of the stream. How did we all do today? I have no idea how many words I wrote that time. I didn't change any colors or anything to track it. So, wow, I'm sitting at 3,400 words for the day. That's amazing. I think I'm going to take a break and keep writing. Maybe because I've set myself a goal of reaching 5,000 words today. Catch back up on all the time that I missed writing this week. But I do need to take a breather. Maybe I'll go read something and start writing a little later. But yeah, how did we all do in that final 10-minute sprint? Hello, Space Buns. Welcome. Welcome. Sorry that we are at the end of our sprint now, or our stream. No worries. Thank you for joining. I hope that your work on book 2 went good today. Laura, cave creatures. Oh, whoa. That's wild. I mean, like the no color thing makes sense because they're literally in the darkness. Like you think about the creatures at the bottom of the sea, right? They don't really have that much color to them. They're pretty translucent. So that's pretty creepy too. Oh, you're gonna have to send me a TikTok from that account because I need to see that. That sounds amazing. Oh my God. Cool. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Saturday. I will catch you in another live stream at some point. I don't know what I got going on next weekend, but if you hang around my socials, especially Instagram, I don't really go on Twitter anymore, you will find out when these sprints are being held, usually on a Saturday at 1. So I will catch you in another live stream soon, and I will catch you in another video soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.